the batting order too? Was that the batting order? Yeah, I think because Shui opens, I don't know about Tristan. I don't know if Shui does. Thank you, Akshay. No problem.
Match can start, but see, I can't do any overlays until I have the strip club starting match. Okay, we should be done. It's all right.
Is this it? No, this is for the camera. I need this one over here.
Or out here, wherever you want. What is the ETA away from that?
Yeah, just tell us the ETA so at least if you start, we will start without scoring. I'll manually try to do something. Okay.
10 minutes.
Meanwhile, you heard that?
Then 18 here.
All right, we'll wait 10 minutes. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So, this guy again, game setup here is what you have the main camera और ये बॉल ट्रैक है ये मेरे हाथ में होगा क्योंकि मैं कैमरा देख रहा हूँ तो मैं मुझे हमेशा यार आप समझ स्क्वाड शुरू में दिखाएंगे सब लोग ऐसे यार 10 मिनट्स
You mean like app, mobile app or the web link?
yeah we see schedule
Now.
scoring yeah I see the schedule now scoring ready to start combined 11 assisting 7 is that the first one start live scoring I can use it you have the we can see the schedule. We are setting up the team. Okay. Okay, so far we have the first 3 games, which is good for now.
Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Figure out the place of so that if the batsman
Test, test, test.
Where are the players? Put the players in. You're in? That's him right
The
there.
right side is your screen, always.
This is what people are seeing.
This is what people are seeing right now.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, give me a mic. Let's go.
Right. Everything is ready.
Is the mic on? Amir, mic is on?
Mic is on now, yeah.
All right. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Liberty Cup. We'll be starting our very first match here with Combined Stars taking on the Kings 11.
Squad transition coming.
And Combined 11, Khurram Shahzad is the captain, along with Sohaib Imran, Faizan Nadaria, Hunain Amin, Fahad Khan, Shoaib Khan, Masato Sims, Tristan Coleman from the West Indies under 19, Shri Kajuluri from Deccan Mavericks, and Cardinals, Vineet Chopra, and Faraz. Kings 11 roster today, led by Sunny Sohal. Great player. Had the pleasure of watching him many, many times from the IPL. Jaskaran Malhotra, Damian Ebanks, Danwal Hector, Aga Sabir Ali, Swapnil Salvi, Jesse Singh, current USA player. Adil Bhatti was a USA player. Najaf Shah, ex-Pakistan. Sunny Patel, Paul Dillon, Sikandar Gill. It's going to be a great match today. And we're going to see what is going to happen here. Jaskaran Malhotra is going to be wicket keeping, and I believe Najaf Shah will be opening the match with his bowling. Combined Stars, or Combined 11 rather, did win the toss and elected to bat first. And we'll just see in a moment who'll be coming up to bat. We are here live from BPL Cricket Stadium. It's a great morning for cricket. And players are getting ready. Hopefully all of you guys are enjoying the live streaming. Definitely want to thank cricketclubs.com and our video consultants here for a fantastic job. We want to thank our sponsors, Liberty Medical Center, Dr. Hasnan Sayed, Pepsi, Gatorade. And joining me today in the commentary booth, I have Sharik Sheikh and Amir Wasim, along with scoring Ahmed Malik. And let's have a good day of cricket. Let's see who comes on top. right, here it goes.
Number 20. Number 20. Paper किधर गया? Number 20 is facing.
We have Shri Kajuluri facing, along with Tristan Coleman and Najaf Shah to open the bowling. Good ball. Shri taking it on the pads there. We definitely want to welcome all the spectators to the BPL Cricket Stadium. And for our viewers, it's the first cricket field in the state of Illinois that just installed a turf pitch, turf wicket. You see the nice green square on the left there of the pitch. Great ambiance, sight screens. Oh, 2 balls gone and no score yet. Good fielding there by the lad. Najaf Shah is a very, very good bowler, very smart bowler. And let's see how Combined Stars do against a great bowling attack in the Kings 11. I'm joined by Sharik Sheikh right now. Sharik, welcome.
Thank you, Mir, and welcome everyone. What a great day of cricket we're going to have on our hand today. Swing and a miss, well kept by the keeper. Good start this by the Kings 11. Shimmy down the pitch for a single on the mid-off.
We're having a little bit of a technical difficulty for those of you watching. Tristan Coleman and Shri Kajuluri, the scores are reversed.
Good bounce this from Najaf Shah. 1 delivery to go. Very good start. This will be a maiden over. Great start by Kings. Great shot by Suri for a 4 straight down the ground. I take that back. It was Tristan Coleman. From Jamaica, under 19, West Indian player. There we go again. A great shot over covers for another 4 by Tristan. So combine underway now after a rather slow start in the first over. Defended on the front foot, third delivery. We welcome our viewers online that have joined us on the BPL Cricket YouTube channel. Placed it off the back foot towards gully region for no run. Two deliveries to go in this over, combined at 8 for no loss. Really good shot over mid-on, and it has been caught. So Tristan is the batsman that lost his wicket on the 5th delivery off of Jesse in the second over. Combined have lost their first for the score of 8. It was a good running catch. Has gone in to make this event happen, and amazing management team and support staff behind it. Jesse continues for the last delivery of the over. Defended off the back foot toward square of the wicket. Combined 8 for 1 after 2 overs.
Got 3 matches today coming up. After this, at 2 o'clock, the Freedom Fighters will be taking on ARC. That's a match that you viewers do not want to miss. Freedom Fighters, star-studded team as well. A lot of players from the CPL playing in the Freedom Fighters. I'm actually very excited to watch them play. Stephen Taylor leading the Freedom Fighters, current USA captain, and the opening batsman for the Guyana Amazon Warriors. So stay tuned. You're going to have cricket today, and the last match today will be at 8 p.m. That'll be Incredibles versus Bolingbrook Cricket Club, both local clubs of the BPL.
Mir couldn't have asked for better weather.
Yeah, I mean, we were desperately begging God.
Najaf Shah continues for a second. New batsman coming in. Swing and a miss straight to the keeper.
I believe that's Vinny Chopra. Vinny Chopra came into bat. Swing and a miss. Najaf Shah really showing his talent.
Appeal for an LBW against Manit for Najaf.
Vijay Malela and Mateen Inamdar are the two umpires today.
Good bounce this from Najaf when he came down a track and couldn't connect. So there should be the umpire's signals for bye. It was well fielded as well over at third man. Good effort. Last ball of the over. And once again, a really good over by Najaf Shah. Only gave up one bye and one single. Fuller and length, hit him on the pads. This should be signal for leg by. Down at the fine leg for one. And that finishes the third over of the day for Kings against Combine. Beg your pardon, one delivery to go. Folks, we do want to let you know that we are having some technical difficulties on the updated scores on our live feed, so just bear with us. We are actively working on the resolution on that end. Comes down the track and takes a big heave, doesn't connect. Straight to the keeper, well capped, and that finishes up the third over. Combine. Jesse continues for his second, fourth over in King's innings. Winnie taking his guard since he hasn't got to bowl yet, bat yet rather, from that end. Shorter length, pulled over to the square leg region, and they run two. Good shot, this. Great shot into the covers for four by Winnie. Played it on the up. One bounce into the fence. Leading edge, this should be caught, and he drops a rather simple catch. So fielder being Donville. A life for combine. Another short delivery, spat it down to the mid-on region for four. Really good shot, this.
Number 20, that's Shri. Shri is facing. Vinny is not, that's Shri batting.
And this should be the last delivery for Jesse's second. In fact, two more to go. Lofted up down straight the ground over the bowler's head for one. Within the 30-yard. Slightly risky shot on the last delivery, given that we have most of the fielders within the 30 circle. Well fielded into the cover region. No run. And that should finish up the fourth over for combine. The total is at 23 for the loss of one wicket. And at this time, I would like to introduce our third commentary team member, Amir Wasim.
Thank you, Rick. Pleasure to join this prestigious tournament that we're holding here at the Bolingbrook Cricket Ground. Two great teams, wonderful weather. What else can you ask for? looks like the Kings 11 are choosing to go with the spin option in the fifth over. What do you think? Good move, Rick?
Yeah, I think so, Amir. In the format of the T20 games, you have to have the variation and can go with the typical predictable start of seamers on both ends for longer spells.
That's when it's annoying because like if there's a pause, you have a pause, and then you're talking, and then you just miss the thing. Looks like Benitez trying to put a move on the scoreboard. Definitely do need with the batting lineup that the Kings 11 have. You definitely need to put a big score on the board, and I think that's what Benitez is trying to do.
Amir, what do you reckon is a par score in these conditions for combines to look forward to?
It's it's difficult to say. Again, new teams, different players coming into it. Team needs to gel, but it's a batting track. It's a batting track. It's AstroTurf. We're playing on AstroTurf, so minimum I think you need around 160, 170 to make it out of a game. And a great shot right down the straight down the ground for four by Shri.
Agreed on that prediction of the par score, Amir. As you said, this is betting friendly track, and uncharacteristically, the outfield is actually quite fast as well. So batsmen should be able to get a good purchase out of their good shots.
Driven. That was very beautifully placed by Shri for two.
Yeah, good shot. Didn't come off the middle of the bat, but the timing was okay to get him two off the back foot into the cover region.
5 overs done. Score of 32 for one. The combined 11 is going to definitely need to start scoring on a more rapid pace if they're going to make a game out of this.
Combined at 32 for the loss of one at the end of fifth over.
For Shri, he can't. He doesn't want to drink cold water. Why is in the cooler? It's cold. Can I just get a couple of
The container. Luckily, that's why I was checking. I wanted to make sure that otherwise it would be very unprofessional.
New bowler coming up, Adil Bhatti. Kings 11 asking for a appeal, but I think that was um, not very professional of them to do. But you get wickets however you want to.
Agreed. A good outswinger when he couldn't connect.
I think combined 11 are trying to, pick up the pace and not rotate the strike. That's very key to rotate the strike and at least put a couple of runs on the board. Driven punch down the ground for a easy single. And that's given up. Fielder getting underneath and taken.
Taken.
Jesse, beautiful catch, nice and easy. And that brings the combine down 2 wickets.
Combine losing their second for 33 during sixth over. A good bowling change this from Kings. Amir, as you pointed out, they have been rather reluctant to rotate the strike and take singles. I have so far seen a lot of heaves and swings. Granted, the T20 format is typically taken as such that batting teams in their first innings like to get going within the first six and put the bowling unit under pressure right off the bat. Adil continues. Very nicely played over to the square leg for 4 by Vinny.
Flick of the wrist for 4 by Vineet. I think Vineet right now needs to make his presence known. He's been in the middle for a little while. Definitely needs to put a little foot on the pedal and get the scoreboard ticking.
And Amber, one more thing. In this tournament, as we know, we're into the first game of day one. I believe teams are going to get a feel of what may the par score be in terms of being able to defend it. And I'm talking, obviously, from the perspective of batting first in a morning game.
Again, flick for a single. Jesse Fields.
End of the 6th over. Combined 38 for the loss of 2. Amir, good start this by Vinny.
It is, but he needs to keep a cool mind and just play through the innings. If Combine lose his wicket, I think they're going to be on the back foot and might panic. But again, it's just 2 wickets down. You got your best 2 batsmen, number 3 and number 4 in there. So I think they're going to be able to pull through this. But again, they need to rotate the strike and pick the bad balls to hit.
Played it down the ground for a single. The mid-on region. Yeah, I agree, Amar. Too many times we have seen teams batting first in T20 get riled up in thinking that they're gonna go um, and score boundaries every single delivery, and it often backfires. Even in the international games, we have seen that teams have rather done well by being able to rotate the strike, and there is, in fact, a frame of mind for the middle overs in T20 games, followed by a pickup in the latter part of the game between 15 and 20. Another single over into the mid-on region by Faraz. Defended off the back foot in the cover. No score. This should be by. Wrong line by the bowler. And given as buys. Beg your pardon, leg buys. Another dot ball for Kings in their 7th over. Followed by another good delivery, deceiving the batsman. Forty for two. Beautiful breeze at the ground. A moment of relief as it is warming up. Fuller length delivery and driven down for a single. We have definitely seen in last few overs fuller deliveries as opposed to the shorter ones that Kings bowlers started off with. Well fielded within the 30-yard. Short mid-off region. It's got him. Middle stumps off the ground. It was a wild heave down to the square leg region, and I believe it's an inside edge. Played it on. Combined losing their third for 42 during the eighth over. This is a quick snapshot, the scorecard of combined thus far. Shri scoring 13, Tristan getting out at 8, Vineet continuing the good show at 20, and it was Faraz who was gone for 1 from Adil. Very well played this, timing on it. Mid-wicket region, effortless 6. Last delivery coming up from Adil. Vineet facing. Defended off the front foot. No run. It was a good over except for that beautiful 6. Kings have been able to make the inroads into the combined strong top order batting lineup, which is going to be interesting because batting first teams often bank on their ability to have set batsmen be able to make big shots in the latter part of the game, typically between 50th and 20th over. So since the fact that they've got their middle order batsmen exposed at this early stage of the game, it will be very interesting to see this middle part of the game as to how these batsmen go about it. Played it down in the cover regions. They run 2. Good running this between the wicket. They could go for the third one because no one was there to back up the wicket after the bowler missed it, and they run another one. So it was 3 runs scored off the last delivery. This is Asha's first over. Wider off the off stump. Bowler looking back at the umpire, wanting to played it down the ground for a single. Left arm slow bowler Asha continuing his first over. Not too much spin, obviously, on the surface for the slow bowlers and spinners, but good line and length. Driven on the offside for a single. Combined at 52 for the loss of 3. 54. 9 overs have been completed. 11 to go. Vineet batting at 27 and Fazan at 5. So far, pretty economy bowling from Najaf Shah. Tried to place it down to the third man region. Couldn't connect. Good single this. It was hardly defended down back to the bowler who misfielded. Adil continuing his second. Third. Full toss. Played it down to the third man region. They run for a single. Batsman missing out on this delivery. No ball signaled, and with that comes a free hit. Good opportunity for combine. Getting rather lucky, it was a free hit delivery. Leading edge back to the keeper, an easy catch. Didn't really time it. Nicely placed it off the back foot. Square at the wicket on the offside. Very well fielded. Combined at 54. And it's the 10th over that continues. Another fuller delivery, full toss, driven into the short mid-off region. Well fielded within the 30-yard, no runs given. Comes down the track, hoiks it up, and well taken by the fielder in the gully region. Combined losing their 4th wicket for the score of 54 in 10th over. Kings on top. Good bowling changes and overall good bowling display by Kings, causing the damage into the strong combined batting lineup. Halfway through the innings, they have lost 4 for the score of 54. Combined having their tail up. Kings feeling if they get 1 or 2 more wickets at this stage, they will be into the tail enders and easily be able to restrict combine within the under par score.
Number 27. 27 कौन है? Start by number 5, bowled by number 21. Okay. Start by. Yeah. Same bowler as last time. Number 27.
Oh, thank you.
Number 27 is Fahad Khan. Fahad Khan is the last man. Yep.
Driven into the covers region for a single. Asha with his left arm spin continues.
No, last ball. No, I didn't touch. I mean, I just choose the best one. And then last ball is the wicket. Second last ball is the wicket. So what? Second last ball. There was one no ball. Third ball was no. And wicket was single.
Driven down the ground to long off for a single.
I need to know 9.5. 9.5. That 9.5 was not. 9.6. Wicket was shot.
Great shot over to the head of the bowler for a 6 by Fahad. Fahad keeping Vinny in good company and turning it on as they look to get back in this game, as last few years have definitely gone to Kings. Cut into the covers region for a single by Fahad,
10th over कौन करा रहा था? 10th over
bringing Vinny back on strike, who is batting at 28 right now. Cheeky shot to the short fine leg for a single, but rather effective. Defended off the back foot. And that was end of the over. Combined at 66 for the loss of 4 wickets.
पूरा का पूरा 11 ओवर अब तक मुझे चाहिए होगा सही है पहले फर्स्ट बॉल सिंगल सेकंड बॉल सिंगल फर्स्ट बॉल सिंगल फोर्थ बॉल सिंगल फिफ्थ बॉल सिंगल फिफ्थ बॉल सिंगल फिफ्थ बॉल डॉट 10 ऑफ यू perfect thank you so much thank you last over 10 runs
67 being the total. Adil continues from the commentary end.
21 Shoaib Khan अली भाई क्या हुआ पहली बॉल पे हाँ डॉट yes bro
Starting with the dot delivery,
bro
Adil Bhatti.
now you follow this and I'll follow this no I'm saying कि मेरे पास
Full toss.
फिर क्या दिया इसने
There was an opportunity for the batsman.
2 डॉट
Couldn't connect.
अली भाई ये सिंपल है आप
Straight back to the keeper.
अली भाई ये सिंपल है नहीं 2 balls 2 dots
Nicely played off the back foot.
3 डॉट हो गया
3 consecutive dot deliveries by Adil, putting a lot of pressure onto these two batsmen for combine.
batsman Fahad K and Vineet C
A missed time shot comes down the track. Wanted to drive it down the ground, but ended up actually mistiming it over to the fine leg area. But they do run for a single.
4 is off the strike मासान का नंबर क्या 37 नहीं उसका नंबर उसके रन कितने हैं उसके रन कितने हैं फहद के 3 और बैट्समैन विनी का क्या नंबर है भाई भाईजान शेख बता रही हो तुम बता रही हो रन आता है विनी का नंबर क्या
Another dot delivery.
4 पांचवी बॉल थी नहीं विनी के कितने रन
Went back and placed it into the cover region.
विनी इज 36
No power on that shot.
he's not reading here but I'm not listening to that anymore पाकिस्तान को उसके कितने रन है 3 रन 3 रन
Really good over this by Adil Bhatti.
हेलो hey
Didn't really allow combined batsmen to go after him at all after all the consecutive dot deliveries that he bowled.
yeah this is your trick let's try
And
last ball was dot
combine at 68 at the end of the 12 over for the loss of 4 wickets. At the run rate of 5.67, which is rather conservative in this format. And we have yet to see how this might come back and hurt their prospects in the second inning of this game. But they have 8 overs to go. given that they can keep their wickets in hand, can cause fair bit of damage.
These are 68 runs, 12 overs gone, right? Yeah.
Good start this
Huh?
slow spinning delivery.
वो आप try कर लें. I think something is better than nothing. ये वो hand eye coordination करना होगा.
Fahad wanted to drive it down to the third man region but couldn't connect.
Sorry, single.
Really good hook shot into the mid wicket region
Ali bhai, Ali bhai,
for a single.
Ali bhai, I got this. आप move करते रहें. I'm changing. Perfect हो गया ये भी. जबरदस्त. So single आ गया एक और second ball पे.
Fahad back on strike.
Carry
Nice pull shot into the long on region. They run for a single. Sunny continuing his second over.
Yeah, it's probably not updated. Okay, bro? Yes.
Another single for combined. Short fine leg region. Placed it off the back foot.
बेहतरीन Ali
Wanted to
bhai,
go hard.
बेहतरीन.
Couldn't clear the fielder. At the short mid off.
Dot हुई नहीं है?
Well fielded. Kings bowler continued to apply pressure with these dot deliveries. And combined batsmen finding themselves a bit stuck. That would be the end of the over. Good over this by Sunny. Combined at 71 for 4. And 7 overs to go.
10-4. आगा सबीर, आशा सबीर है ना? मतलब same thing, right? Yeah, that's what I was.
It was misspelled as Asha. I think that's Aga.
Got it, got it.
Yep.
Doesn't matter. You will see that because there's a lot of
And I didn't know I was referring to him as Asha, but then I later corrected it. Mir bhai, get Amir to give me a break. Where the fuck did he come? It's okay. Don't sweat it.
Oh my!
Dropped.
It's a 6 probably.
And this might be given as a 6 because it went straight into the hands of the fielder. It was a rather straightforward.
I think he found that he saw it. It's 4.
So fell just a bit short actually,
It's a 4, right?
given as a 4. Combined could have lost their 5th. This was something that should have been taken. Cut into the third man region by Vinny for no run.
See, I'm losing it. I'm trying to change camera and I'm.
Is that Asha or Aga? It says Asha. It should be Aga, right?
Oh, what the?
Aga continues another dot delivery against Vinny, who's batting at 42 at the moment.
Oh, no, no.
The only batsman from combined that has been able to have a good strike rate. He's been able to score 42 off of 33. And it's been a treat to watch. placed it into the mid-off for a single.
सही सही zoom ना भी करें.
An appeal for a run out
That's given.
and given.
Batsman को दिखाओ इनमें.
Rather powerful short back to the bowler who was able to get his hand onto the moving ball straight into the non-striker's ends wicket, and since the non-striker was already on the run, he was found short of the crease and easily given right away by the umpire as a run out. So an unconventional loss of wicket, but combined losing their 5th and 14th over.
No, Fahad was out. Vineet was out, right?
Rather unfortunate for combined that they lost Vinny, who was going at a good rate and scoring very freely. So they're in a bit of a bother right now at the stage of the game that you want to pick up and be able to score and tick up the scorecard. Again, we've got 6 overs to go, and combined at the moment
No, who's the new batsman?
looking to not put a good score on the board for them to be able to defend.
37 is Fahad.
But they still got 5 wickets in hand, and they have 6 overs to go.
Change side number.
They can totally come back in this contest. Shoaib Khan comes in with the number 21 on the back.
And Fahad is on strike, right?
Fahad being on strike, played into the covers region, square of the wicket actually, and they run 2. Shoaib Khan, an aggressive left-hander, having represented Flames in past, Bolingbrook, and of course Combine. Typically he plays higher up in the order, but comes in at number 7 for Combine. And Shoaib is playing for Thunders this
All right. The new
cricket season.
10. 10, I see it. 10. Okay, thank you. Number 10 is the new bowler. Who is number 10? Kings का 10 है Sunny Patil.
78 being the score at the start of the 15th over. The loss of 5 wickets, Fahad and Shoaib on the crease.
अली भाई दिखाओ. उनको दिखाओ. अच्छा वो रेडी है. Never mind. मुझे बताना होगा. You just tell me कि मैं सिर्फ उस वक्त कर रहा हूँ जब बॉल हो रही है.
Shoaib on the striker's end. Mistimed this into the third man, was trying to place it into the mid-on region. They take single.
वो मेरे ख्याल में short third में फिर cross में.
He was trying to play on the onside.
Oh.
Was a leading edge. That was a good delivery, almost inside edged himself. Slow bowlers from Kings have been very effective in the latter part of the game. They haven't really allowed Combine's batters to go against them freely and make the big shots.
No run.
Another dot delivery, guided down into the third man region. Well fielded within the 3rd yard.
That's good. This is helpful.
Missed time shot into the long off region. They run two. The throw came back really good. Well fielded.
Oh yeah.
Straight back to the bowler who dropped it, but it was coming at him as, like a rocket. Not an easy take. Almost took him out, including the umpire. Very well take this. Very well take this at the long on region. Not enough power into the shot. Combined losing their 6th wicket. Fahad gone, scoring 8. And typically at this stage of the game, when batting teams go and unleash and play big shots to up the run rate, combine in a bit of a bother at the moment. Kings have certainly made inroads into their tail-enders. They might have crossed over as the catch was taken on the last delivery. Umpires confirming at the moment. Is that Hunan? Shoaib being joined by Hunan as number 17. He's taken his guard, so that tells us that batsman did not cross over the last delivery as the catch was being taken.
What just happened? Okay, thank you. Yeah, वो हुनैन को already मैंने identify कर लिया था, अब 17 पे हुआ। I think next ball पे आएगा वो। हुनैन is on strike.
Sunny continuing the bowling.
Shoaib's number is 21, right? Just make sure.
Shoaib is 20. Yeah,
Shoaib is 21.
yeah.
Okay. Shoaib is 21.
Not ball.
Wider off the off stump, not given as wide.
Now it's okay.
A dot delivery.
Isn't it over though?
It's over for me.
It was already over.
Last ball पे wicket थी?
Last ball पे wicket थी.
Wide given.
White ball.
Kings bowler have been
Wicket कौन सी ball पे गिरी थी मुझे बता दो.
typically been really good with the extras. Not too many wides or no balls given. So they obviously want to
पहली ball पे wicket गिरी थी?
carry that attribute forward and not give any extras in this very crucial part of the game. This should be given as a wide. It was way down the leg side. And they run 2, so good score for combined. Should add 3 to their score.
First dot, second white, third white. And third ball is a wide and 3 runs. It's called
Three wide. Three right. Three wide.
Three wide.
it's called 3 wides.
So I choose white and then I do white plus 2.
Yeah.
White gives you a yeah. The score is 85. The score says 86 to me. Change to 5.
Combined at 86. 16th over continues. I'm not sure if he was able to connect, but no score. Might have been given as a leg by had they been able to. So a dot delivery.
Score is 85. Okay.
Combined going at the run rate of 5.54. Big swing down to the leg side. Ball traveling fast. They're only able to take a single. If Combine doesn't make good use of the last part of the inning, I feel they might find themselves short in being able to defend this against Kings. Well played by Shoaib Khan into the covers region, and they run two. From this commentary pavilion end, the off region seems to be a bit short on the boundary, so it's a good scoring region for batting teams. Gone. Caught and bowled. Straight back into the bowler's hand. Shoaib Khan was in two minds. Wanted to go off the back foot and cut it, but he was only able to prod it back directly to the bowlers. Wickets continue to tumble for Combine. They lost their 7th in Shoaib at 88 with one delivery to go in the 16th over.
New batsman walking in.
Oh, yeah, new batsman.
Moscato Sims. 1 ball to go in Aga's over. But let's see what Moscato is able to do.
Okay, last ball coming up.
Smartly defended. Good over for a combined, but the loss of wicket has put them behind. 88 for 7, end of 16.
Second ball. Yeah, scorecard to दिखाओ उधर please. चलो आगे से लेना. No, आपकी बात नहीं बोला. बोला is the number 1. अभी छोड़े वो आ गया ना. कितनी देर हो रहा है?
Change of bowling. Najaf Shah back into the attack. Combined going in for the kill right now. Ending it quickly.
Yeah, who's the bowler? Batting one or bowling one? Yes, that's right.
Start of the 17th. Hunain on strike against Najaf. Off the back foot for 1. fuller delivery, swung and a miss. Combined really needs to start hitting their shots. They need to at least put in about 20 to 40 runs on the board in these last 3 overs. What a ball! Middle stump, out of the ground. Yorker by Najaf, beaten by pace.
Get close to
Nobody really was able to.
closer. Closer.
Nobody was really able to put a dent in the scorecard for combined, except for Vineet for his marvelous 43 runs. But nobody else was able to stick around. Kings 11, as you can see, economy for Najaf is excellent, 2.8. No one really hit around the park. Looks like the captain himself is coming out. 89 for 8 in 16.3 overs.
अभी एक ओवर है कि अभी करते हैं कुछ मतलब 2 मिनट का होना है यार म्यूजिक को भी छोड़ दो यार पता क्या हुआ वो
Najaf to Khurram, and nothing done.
यार guys guys somebody tripped over the cable where I don't know somebody did the main cam
We'll get you the live feed. Technical difficulties.
refresh करो
All right.
Back on Najaf to Khurram. Great bouncer. There's really not much Khurram can do right at the moment. Coming in and
हाँ करें
being asked to face Najaf Shah with great pace and
थोड़ा आगे somebody
Again, yeah, Joe, picture.
electricity this is electricity the electricity is gone
Here it says no signal.
हाँ यार ये
there's people that are walking around.
It's back.
is that
There's people that are walking around in the back. That's
no the TV was gone this is guys this is trust me this is like the electricity problem ये सब अभी बैटरी पे चल रहा है that's why you're seeing this
यार पावर तो चल रही है मेरा तो चार्ज हो रहा है
पावर नहीं है मसला टीवी को क्या हुआ
इसमें भी क्या बोल्ड हुआ है I need a lot more hair. What are they?
so you're sure you're charging who's charging oh you're charging
I'm charging.
and you're saying you're good
Yeah. And I'm plugged into this.
you plugged into this
No. The one that wasn't static.
back का arrow होगा अगर पीछे
वो आपने जब तक नहीं आपने ये वाला रखा
हो गया सब
Okay.
ऑटोमेटिक अपडेट होता रहता है ना वो।
यार होता तो रहता है ये क्यों बंद हुआ यार
Can someone confirm if I'm still live?
you are live
17th over continues. Jesse.
nice
Uppish shot into the long on region for a single. An attempted six. Not enough power on the shot.
is this your charger
Yeah.
ये वाला मुझे चेक करना है कि क्या सीन है
Yeah, that's fine.
Combined at 90 for the loss of 8 wickets.
okay this is good
Jesse continuing.
No, it's not charging now.
no
Played a square of the wicket for 2 runs.
Yeah.
Fuller delivery couldn't really get underneath it.
put it out
Good bowling this from Jesse.
Nope.
what about now
Just the TV.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Everything else is fine.
electricity is going in and out
It's gone.
It's fine. It should be fine. I checked everything. But everything else is okay?
yeah अभी जा तो रहा है सर but the problem is with
The TV का भी check करो ना उधर.
You can turn this off. We can just comment on what we're thinking.
well
इसमें निकालो या तो
yeah it's not about TV I need to make sure क्योंकि कोई source में मसला नहीं है just need to make sure this is good
ये दिख रहा है.
मैंने ले लिया
दिख रहा है. उसका केबल का कुछ इशू है.
हाँ तो ये no what I'm trying to say is कि अगर TV का है तो मसला नहीं है I just
get
need
it?
to make sure जो other devices connected है
सब चल रहा है.
देखो ना ये नहीं कर this is not on
Well, she said it was still cooking.
Comes down the track. Not in the right line of the bowling. It was wider off the off stump. So missed it by miles.
यार ये मैं इस मैच के बाद आपने ये करा
Combined
Very good
shot,
judgment from Jesse,
down
that we can do this we can do this क्योंकि अभी मैं scoring कर रहा था ये problem
determining the batter
18
intention
18
and going wider of the off stump,
पहली नहीं चल
keeping it completely out of the reach.
खत्म होने वाला भी
Another fuller, almost Yorker length delivery that batter couldn't really get away, but it was well played into the cover region for a single.
चल मैं करता हूँ तू इधर ही आ रहा है
that's all I'm saying scoring के लिए
ओके चल फिर मैं करता हूँ
क्योंकि सारे आपके
He's on his way. चल ठीक है भाई मिलते हैं यहाँ पर
और उसके अलावा फिर वो एड्स नहीं चला पा रहे हैं मतलब स्कोर कार्ड नहीं चला पा रहे हैं सब रेडी है सारे चेंज करो
What about how to do this?
I'm not sure. It's been a while.
yeah अभी
Well played by Hunain
all behind and
for a single.
Yeah, 1 run.
So Amr, looking at Kings playing 11 and the strength that I see in their batting lineup, I feel combined at the moment would find themselves a bit short.
I believe so. Any team is going to need to combine, is going to need to bowl their hearts out today and give a good fight in order for them to make this a game. But it's a game of cricket. Anything can happen, Rick. You know this. We all know this. Anything can happen.
Got it.
I'm gonna turn on the hotspot again. I lost Wi-Fi here.
Just connect it to his.
Which one is it, Alcatel?
The Verizon.
Verizon? Okay. Do you know the key?
You don't need a key.
It's asking me for a key. It's
What's the key?
secure. Overall
Sit
complicated.
right there. Just sit right there.
single into the mid wicket area.
नहीं 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 ये बैट्समैन ने टॉप पास बट यार ये छोड़ दो उसको जरूरी अगर करना है तो
Najaf Shah coming back
That's what it is.
for the end of the inning spell.
एक्स्ट्रा कवर यहाँ पे आएगा
Here,
मतलब डिपेंड
DC
करता है
66 DC FA
देखें
FA
दोनों
87.
बट दोनों नहीं चेक करने आपको अगर
Thank you.
इनर
No
सर्कल
caps?
बाहर है तो बड़ी वाली फ्लैग इनर सर्कल के अंदर वो एक ही रजिस्टर लेकिन बैटिंग तो वो इनसे बताएगा ना नहीं आप उस हिसाब से सोच के करना है आपको कि ये वन है
I'm just trying
नॉट है ना
post a couple updates
अभी
on
लेकिन
Facebook
बैटिंग ही सेट
PPL.
कर रहे हैं ना
Yeah, but he's
ये
using
सोच
that.
के करना है कि बैटिंग ही सेट यूज करना तो
वहाँ से
अगर
login
वो
करा लो
स्क्वायर
मेरे।
मारा है उसने तो आप इधर मारोगे
Second last over of the inning. And run rate being 5.18 combined, setting at 95 for 8. They have to make good use out of the remaining 10 deliveries they have on hand, folks. And Najaf Shah proving the experience, varying the length, reading the batter's mind, and not really giving any room for any pinch hitting at this part of the game. He's got a lot of first-class cricket under his belt.
टीवी ऑन हुआ
Short delivery. Batsman ducking underneath a little bit. Going over past the head. Straight to the keeper.
क्या कह रहा है अभी
Combine have to get to some respectability in terms of the total that they would put on the scoreboard for their bowlers to come out and attempt to defend. Shimmy down the track. Najaf changes the line, bowls it wider of the batter's stance, and comes on top. No connection made.
नहीं चाहिए मुझे ऑफ द चैनल सेट
Fuller delivery. Cut it down to the short third man region. No run given. An excellent dead end bowling from Najaf Shah. Finishing up his spell. We will bring you his stats in a little bit, but he has been by far the most effective bowler Kings had.
there's no remote there's I mean I can
The remote?
So Hunain and Khurram continue from combine to help them get to a defendable score. In fact, in the latter part of the inning, their run rate has come down at to the 5 per over at the moment.
Ah,
Lofted it up,
slow ball.
deceived by the pace, over the keeper's head. Third man coming in while they run for one. Good depth bowling this by Kings, I must say. 2 runs coming off that delivery.
ठीक है अब जब हम बैटिंग स्कोर कार्ड चेंज करेंगे ना मेरे ख्याल में लास्ट ओवर लास्ट ओवर
Okay. Jesse continuing his last over of the inning from the commentary end. A dot delivery, shorter length. The struggle against the short ball has stood out to me from Combine's batters throughout the innings, and Kings bowlers have certainly made a good use of the challenging length as they have bowled throughout against these combined batters. Another missed time shot from Hanan. Lofted up. It's been a wonderful day from weather perspective, and we just got a patch of cloud hovering over the track. Not anywhere near the ball. Both Jesse and Najaf have been predominantly wider off the off stumps, and I have seen zero intuition from combined batters to get in line of the delivery and try to make a connection off the white stump. Another wild heave, no connection, but at this time I believe rightfully it's called a wide delivery from the umpire as it was way above the batter's head. Combine getting an opportunity to take the scorecard past 100 with that extra conceded by Jesse. Two deliveries to go, 99 being the score. Fuller delivery knocked the middle stump off the ground. Once again, perfect death bowling this by Kings bowlers. It's the experience, the exposure, and making the right use of the conditions. Staying on top. One delivery to go. Welcoming Amir back into the commentary box to provide the post-first inning analysis. Your take, Amir.
99 for 9. It's going to be a very tough task for Combined to defend this. But again, like I stated before, it's cricket. Anything can happen. Last ball. Hopefully they're going to be able to hit the big one today. Last ball, Jesse. And popped up. Is this going to be taken? Scrambling for two, and it's a run out.
So the target being 101 or 102? 102 being the target. Yep. A tough ask for combined bowlers. Yep. 101 for 9. Okay, combined finishing up at 101 at the end of the 20th over. I reckon this being a tough task for their bowlers to come in and defend at this batting friendly track that we have, and we have seen that the ball has traveled at good pace, which makes it for good batting conditions and batters being able to get good purchase out of their shots.
Exactly, but the combined bowlers are going to have to bowl a little bit back of like we saw today. You are getting a lot of bounce. The pace is coming from this wicket, so it's not going to be easy for the Kings 11, but it's going to be difficult. 101 for 9 at the end of 20 for combined 11, with Vineet Chopra being the pick of the batsman, scoring 43 off of the 34. Let's take a look at Kings 11 bowling. Najaf Shah, pick of the bowlers. Your thoughts?
I think it was phenomenal from the get-go. Both of his spells were right on the money. didn't really allow batsmen any freedom to score against him. The length and the lines were just perfect. Jesse going for 5 and over. Sunny a bit on the expensive side, 6.5. Same for Asha and Adil, their left arm slow bowler going for 4.5. So this is it. Overall, I was pretty impressed with the bowling effort from Kings.
Definitely, indeed. That's very true. And again, even at 7.25 and over for 2020 cricket on this ground, I think that's very
Gettable, 100%.
economical.
Yeah.
So let's see what the combined 11 bowlers are going to be able to do. So let's have a 15-minute break, and we'll be back live for the batting of Kings 11. Stay tuned. Some exciting batting is going to be coming from the Kings 11. So stay tuned, everybody.
All right, we're back. Kings 11 to chase the score down.
That was a great shot. First ball with Damien.
Damien Ebanks and Sunny Sohal, the captain, both very, very good hitters of the ball and very, very dangerous. So let's see how long it takes for them to chase down the low total. And that's a 6. 6 runs.
That's a huge 6.
6 runs for Damien Ebanks. I'm joined here by Ahmed Malik.
He's a very clean hitter of the ball.
And back in the commentary box, Shadiq Sheikh and Ahmed Wasim.
Should be an interesting chase this by Kings after a formidable bowling display, getting combined strong batting lineup out for a meekly 102 or 101.
As you can see, Kings 11 are trying to finish this off pretty quickly. Damien off to a quick start. 4, 6, and now a single.
Yeah, what a fantastic first over thus far. Still got 3 deliveries to go. Setting the tone right up properly. Guided it down to the short third man. No run. First dot delivery off of Hunan, played by Sunny. A slightly risky shot this, granted that it was a leading edge, given that the fielder was inside the 30-yard circle. Short fine lag, but it landed just short of that fielder, and they ran 2.
This is smart from Sonny, not taking any chances, any risks, and just rotating the strike. Damien has already provided the scoring that's needed and much more. So no risk taken by Sonny.
.14 coming off of the first over, a massive start by Kings. Like I mentioned, setting the tone right up as to their intentions. They would back themselves up of being able to chase this down. Combined bowlers are going to have to bowl their hearts out. They're going to need to pick up quick wickets up front if they are to come back into this game.
They are. Sohaib Imran into the attack, and right off the get-go, a short delivery pulled away for a single. And you also have to take a look at the body language of the fielders. They look motivated right now. They believe they have a fighting chance. So let's see.
Yeah, this T20 format can be very unpredictable. Things change at a rapid pace, and the game swings either way.
It's a matter of 1 wicket, Rick. 1 wicket, and the momentum can shift.
Certainly. Hoiked down to the fine lag. Shorter delivery.
And a boundary.
And reaches the fence, so 4.
Damien is not
Kings.
messing around today, Rick.
Yeah, that's a good intent. It's the first game of this big tournament, and it's not about just being able to chase it down. It's about being able to chase it down so authoritatively and sending the message across to the remaining opponents as to what they've got in the batting bank.
Sohaib again. Swing and a miss by Damien, but that was a wide. Combine needs to control their extras that they give. Any single extra that's given um, just puts Combine even in a bigger hole.
Didn't time this one by Damien. Tall, stylish left-hand batsman from Kings is scoring 15 in no time. And he could be the difference in this comfortable chase for Kings versus Combine.
Sohaib to Damien. And that is heaved. And an easy two.
It was well timed. It didn't cover the distance. It was a bit of a legwork for the fielder coming in from the square of the wicket all the way down to the mid-on region for this left-hander shot.
And edged for a boundary. Runs are just flowing. Look at the body language, Rick. Look at the body language of the fielders for Combine.
Yeah, that's the phenomena in this particular format. You get an aggressive start by the chasing team against you, and you just can't help losing some of that belief that you ought to have in you in being able to defend it. But game certainly underway for Kings.
Change of pace there, but very close to a wide, but not given. And that's the over at the end of two. 26 for nothing. Kings 11.
Clever finish by Sohaib. Slowing down the pace and deceiving the batter. And like mentioned, slightly wider off the off stumps. So Damien at 21 and Sonny keeping him company at 4 for 4. The required run rate by Kings, it's non-significant 4.22 at this format, given that they get to carry the wickets. Currently, they're going at 13 and over.
Khurram Shehzad coming into bowl. Captain stepping in. Let's see if he's able to turn the fortunes around for Combined Stars. But that was pitched up, driven right back to the bowler, and well fielded by Khurram. Well played by Sunny. A cut. For an easy two. Rick, the one thing I love about Kings 11 is they're rotating the strike, which Combined was not able to do. They were going for the more big heaves, bigger shots, but they forgot to go back to the basics, which Kings 11 is doing pretty easily.
Absolutely, absolutely. Given the difference in the context, they were trying to put a big score on the board versus these guys chasing it down. I 100% agree that despite the format difference, one thing that stands out automatically true in any format is the ability for batters to rotate the strike. And I certainly felt that in the top 8 overs, Combined batters weren't able to do so.
Obviously, let's take a look at the batting style for Damien as well as Sonny. Damien's the aggressor in this so-called relationship. Sonny on strike.
Yeah, last delivery played on the short mid-on, slightly missed time, but they're going their way. Played it into the covers by Sonny. They run hard for a single, And a bit of a fumble by the fielder, but a good throwback nonetheless back to the bowler.
That ends the over. 31 for nothing at the end of 3 overs.
So while we got a few seconds in this change of over, I want to bring in Mir for a quick second. We'll capture his thoughts in a little bit. He's been pulled away for something else at the moment. Beautiful pull by Damon, an authoritative shot into the cow corner for him for a six, in fact.
He's making it look pretty easy out there. Looking ahead to the 2 o'clock game, Freedom Fighters against ARC. Freedom Fighters is consistent of a lot of international players. Just to name a homegrown player, Fahad Babar is also playing for that team. Stephen Taylor. But ARC has some pretty good local players, won't you say?
They're seasoned players. They're experienced players. I would not discount them at all. Granted that they're stacked up against one of probably, statistically speaking, one of the best teams in this tournament. But like you said, this is a game of cricket, and anything can happen. I wouldn't discount ARC. They're mainly reliant upon their tried and tested local talent.
They are. They are. The Imtiaz brothers are a well-known family in the Chicagoland area. They're a part of that team, as well as RF Hokla. Everybody knows Hokla, who's going to be a part of that team.
Is he? I wasn't aware. I've known of this guy for a long time. I wasn't sure that he was part of the ARC squad, as I have yet to see the roster. But yeah, that should be an interesting game because we happen to know a few players personally. Kings cruising along at 38. Barely into the fourth over. 5 deliveries to go. Sohaib back in the attack.
Worked on the leg side for an easy single by Sonny. Working methodically.
Yes, certainly they don't need to do anything extraordinary, Amr. They set the tone right up front, and they've been able to rotate the strike. They've been able to play the big shots. I honestly don't think they need to do anything extraordinary. The required run rate coming down to under 4 and over.
Again, there we go. Damien showing his intent.
There was a
Muscled.
bit of a Jamaican shot, a short arm jab into the square of the wicket. Don't take the whole box. I got a lot of stuff in it. Hold on. Dude, yeah.
3 deliveries remaining. Sohaib to Sonny. Again, worked on the leg side again for an easy single, fielded by Shoaib Khan. Damien on strike. And again, pulled. And that's a 6. Beautiful timing. Easily pulled away for a 6.
And too often we talk about batters' success on being able to play it so late. Amr, did you notice how late he was on the ball? He watched it washed it and it sailed into his arc, and he effortlessly pulled it towards the fine leg region for him.
He did it again, and that comes with experience and knowledge and playing of the game and spending time practicing in the nets. That's where the game comes a little bit easier to you the more time you spend on it.
Agreed, and he does hail from a region that has produced significant amount of aggressive batters. That is Jamaica, and he is certainly hinting on that aggression today here. So quite a wide delivery. This would have been double as wide by Sohaib. Damien having the large reach wasn't even able to connect because it was just so much wide off the white stamp.
And that's the end of the fourth over. 50 for no loss for Kings. Chugging right along. Combine really needs to figure something out if they're going to make a game out of this. At the moment, it's a pretty one-sided affair.
Kings on track for 50 for no loss at the end of the fourth over, going at 12 and a half per over. They only need 52 from 16 overs. Should be a walk in the park, Amber.
It should be. As you can take a look at it, Damien is on 36 runs for only facing 13 deliveries. And he's on strike, and there he goes. A big heave. Fumbled a little bit by the fielder for a single. Khurram to Sunny. Punched away, fielded by the fielder at point.
Amr, you having played a lot of other cricket local leagues in here, spare a thought for us on this for this ground.
I've played my fair share of cricket at this ground, and hands down, this is the best field in the Chicagoland area and in the Midwest. Straight ground, grass is cut low, turf wicket coming up, the first turf wicket in the Midwest. So this is an upcoming, hands down the best league that I've personally played for, and I've played for almost all the leagues in the Midwest area.
Right on. I feel the same. I believe this definitely being a league that has a potential to truly put the cricket.
And what a shot for flat for 6.
Good shot indeed. Coming back to my thought, the effort and the extreme supervision by Mir and Co. taking care of this league, certainly bound to make this a long-term exposure into the international arena in this country.
Worked away. Coming back to the league, it's all about the leadership and it's all about the end goal. The other leagues in the Midwest area, to me, are more money-driven rather than, providing the quality of cricket that this beautiful game that we all love requires. So under the tutelage and the leadership of Mir Ali, who really loves the game and wants to see this game grow, not even just in the Chicagoland or Midwest area, but in all of the United States.
Yeah, I'm also thoroughly impressed by the infancy of this league. I'm not by any means discounting the hard work done, where how far this has come. I'm merely speaking of the timeline, as in for how long this has been around versus some of the other leagues, and being able to come on the scene with such a good image, reputation, and experience from all around across the table. It speaks volume of the quality that is available in this league.
Exactly. To have current international players, to have the current international players coming into on a regular basis, it's a big achievement by Mir to attract this talent into BPL, to provide the high level of cricket that we all want to see.
Well, thank you guys for all those compliments. Show's got to go on, and it is going. Kings 11 humming along here, and I'd like to welcome all our spectators. If you're just joining us, welcome to the Liberty Cup, hosted right here at the Bolingbrook Premier League at the BPL Stadium, the pride and joy of the Midwest. We definitely want to give a shout out to our sponsors, Liberty Medical, especially Dr. Hasnan Sayed. Thank you very much for providing us this opportunity to host such a phenomenal cricket match, or a tournament rather, right here in Bolingbrook. And we definitely want to thank all the players and the franchise team owners that have participated in this tournament. A lot of talent has come in from all over the world. Next match coming up, as a matter of fact, Freedom Fighters. It's a pretty decent team with a lot of CPL, IPL talent, along with USA cricket players. So it should be a good show, so stay tuned, guys. Want to thank our commentators, Mr. Amir Wasim and Sharik Sheikh, for providing us with some great commentary today.
Thank you, Mir. A little dab down into the short mid-off by Sunny, keeping the scorecard ticking rather flawlessly at 63 for no loss at 5.3, going at a run rate of 11.45. Certainly favorites, if you were to ask me, to persevere in this particular contest and actually succeed.
On the leg side, I believe that's going to be given as leg buys. No, that was he's got an inside edge on that. This is turning out to be a one-sided affair, Rick.
I'm afraid so. I did not expect it to be in the latter part of the inning, but given the aggression and the intent by the Kings batsman right up front has totally swayed and turned this game perhaps into a one-sided affair. But Amir, I do want to expand on that point and gather your thoughts. Too often, T20 cricket is perceived to be completely batsman friendly. We saw how Kings bowlers today put a lot of pressure on Combine's strong batting unit and really did not allow them any freedom.
Oh, worked away. What a beautiful shot.
I hit publish.
Should make a couple more updates. People that are not live. Yeah. Oh, you did. 62 for 0 and 6 for 0. Okay, I didn't know that. But alhamdulillah, these mics are good. They do not pick up any background noise.
Kings 11 on cruise control.
Totally cruise control for Kings. played very fine, comfortably by Damien into the fine leg for another four. Kings cruising along at 74 and getting really close to the first milestone in this Liberty Cup because no batsman has yet scored half a ton, and I think he is in it for it.
And again, it's all about the discipline in the bowling. It's all about the discipline in bowling, and as you can see in the last over from Masato, um, everything was on the leg side and just being pushed away, flicked away for boundaries.
Like 20, 30 pounds. All right,
Looks
folks,
like
back to it.
looks like Hunain's coming back into the attack.
Yeah.
Combine hoping for a miracle here. 74 for no loss in the sixth over. We're actually in the seventh over. Damien playing on 48, Sunny on 21. Cut into point for a double.
One of the truly most important facet into this game, Amr, is for spinners to be able to spin the ball. And it's rather unfortunate that it's almost non-existent on these AstroTurf. But again, BPL is all in line with providing that kind of attacking surface for spinners in very near future with the actual turf wickets. So really looking forward to the next season in the BPL, having been the first league to provide the actual turf wicket and providing international standards, because right now spinners are almost non-existent. They can't really spin the ball on the Astro. They can vary the lengths and speed. So should be really all interesting.
All right, Damien on 48. Trying to get to his 50. And if you look at the strike rate, that's an amazing strike rate. 48 off of end. He had a chance. He had a chance there, but it's a wide ball. Worked away, and that is the maiden 50. The first 50 in the BPL Liberty Cup. Damien.
Well done. And it's been rather flawless, Amr. If you notice, he hasn't really played any risky shots. He was been well calculated, and the aggression is seen. But what a treat to watch. 50 off of 19. I reckon this has to be probably one of the fastest 50 in BPL. 50 off of 19, that is.
Damien takes the single. 21 needed from 13.1 overs.
A word of caution for Kings opponents in the upcoming game, that is Incredibles. Later at 8 p.m. tonight, given how strong and authoritarian their opening pair has been in this game, They got to come up with some ploy.
But confidence is everything. And you have to trust yourself. You have to trust your teammates. And from what I see right now, this opening partnership, they both have trust in each other. And obviously they have trust in their bowlers and their fielders. It's a team sport, and Kings 11 have definitely come out on top today.
Agreed. One other thing that I wanted to mention, Amr, is the camaraderie between these local talents and international players and their ability to have adapted to the given position that they have in their unit. I mean, look at the scorecard. Sunny hasn't been as aggressive as Damien, but he is by no means not able to rotate the strike. He has been a great company to Damien.
He has. Again, it's all about the knowledge of the game and love for the game and the passion of the game that you have. Cricket is what binds us together. If we know the game of cricket, we can all be on the same page.
I love that music, though. Shit. Yeah, it is. Driven uppishly into the covers by Sunny. They've already ran two. It was more towards the point region. And they get to 84 with such ease without the loss of any wickets at the end of the 7th over, or rather the beginning of the 8th over. And it's been really effortless innings thus far for them, followed by a wide delivery only aiding their cause. Handsomely lofted into the covers region for a 6 as signaled by the long off fielder. Impressive shot by Sunny. Getting into the groove with Damien. Certainly just as capable to play the big shots. Really good batting display from Kings this game. Good comeback by Fizan, the bowler. Bringing the length back just a tad. And Sunny not being able to connect. Fuller length, driven down to the long on rather, for a single. And at this point, obviously, as Kings games to lose, they are certainly on top and absolutely favorite to come on top at this Liberty Cup opening game. An appeal for an LBW, but I believe there might have been a bat involved, given by the stance that Damien had while he tried to hoik it down to the fine lag. Nonetheless, appeal turned down, and they run for a single, bringing them 10 runs closer to the first victory in the Liberty Cup. Another wide given because unlike King's bowler, combines bowlers have been slightly expensive on the extras side of the house. And this might speak to some of the pressure that they have been put under. Effortlessly pulled into the fine leg region by Damien in the run two, bringing them inches closer to gaining the winning points into the Liberty Cup.
At the end of 8, 97 for nothing. Kings 11. Start of the ninth over. Captain coming back into the attack. And that's pulled. Pulled for a double. Sunny. Only 3 needed off of 12 overs. We can pretty much call this game over.
Yeah, done and dusted, Amr. But to my surprise, I wasn't expecting this game to be turned into a one-sided game in the latter part of the game. And what a beautiful hoik over to the cow corner by Sonny this time, which has rather been a slow compared to Damien, and he wins it right off the bat. First game, a complete blowout. They did not lose a single wicket, and they chased it down with such authority that they finished the game in 8.1 overs. Wow, kudos and credit to Kings batters, as well as their bowlers, to be able to restrict them to such a meekly total.
Next matchup, 2 p.m. Freedom Fighters versus ARC. Expected to be a great competition between the two, but you have to tip your hats off to Combined Stars. They never gave up. Let's take a look at the batting score. Batting. As you can see, 55 for Damien off of just 22, and 42 off of just 28 balls. 105 for nothing. Kings 11 chasing down the score in just 8.2 overs. Again, very disciplined. Didn't play any harsh shots, unnecessary shots. You have to take a look at the discipline on the batting side for Kings 11.
Really impressive, especially from a standpoint of the tournament opening game. They came out with an intent and certainly put the rest of the batting lineup at ease in terms of what might be having to be achieved, because they went from ball one, they went with aggression.
They did. Let's take a look at the batting, the bowling scorecard. Pretty expensive all the way around, but you cannot fault the bowlers because Damien was here to make sure that this got done pretty quickly. Next match is going to be Freedom Fighters versus ARC. 2 o'clock Central Time kickoff for that game. It's going to be a very interesting and very competitive game, as both teams have international players, local talent. So make sure you stay in, tune in, and within an hour, we'll be back on live. Tune in then.